Night OWCP chats with Chris and Gini.
Look who's back.
I'm semi-back.
She's been back after 2 weeks taking a vacation.
Yeah, right. I had a little procedure, a huge procedure done. So I'm still recouping. I got another 4 weeks.
They let her keep her good looks.
Yeah, it wasn't anything aesthetic. I didn't add anything. I'm not a Kim Kardashian.
Okay, I doubt anybody was even talking about that or thinking about
it. So tonight we're just going to do Q&A. We're going to keep it really simple. I know from last time when Chris was on, you guys still had a whole bunch of other questions. In the meantime, Chris will do some housekeeping. We'll tell you what's coming up at the end of the live, where we're going to be, because our travel now has restarted as of next week. And I will tell you all where we're going to be at the end. So, with that said.
Yeah, so today, such a fun day. We spent 4 or 5 hours in our 100-plus degree garage in Florida rearranging. It was awesome. And if you want to imagine what our garage looked like prior to this, I just said it took 4 to 5 hours.
It wasn't bad. It was just we have a lot of bins.
Still not done.
And we're still not done.
Still not done. But, so like all the way wiped out. If I fade out, somebody just like nudge me. All right. So, hey, I need to quit saying, all right, here we go. Housekeeping.
All right.
BreakingOWCP.com is back up. My buddy Andy is my web guy, and he's fantastic. So he made it to where you can do your downloads again. Folks are downloading books and not able to get the download, so I was just emailing it, which is fine. But it's a hassle for you, less than me, because I'm already sitting on my computer. It's not a big deal to me. So I've got book 2 and book 3 remaining in paperback format. Book 1 is only PDF. That is the most important one for you to get on PDF because it's got all the rules, laws, and regulations in one of the chapters at the end of the book. So I want you to go to breakingowcp.com and download your books. They're not expensive. You guys can handle it. And that's on purpose. But go ahead and download the books and put them on your phone. I want you to put my books in your pocket. The only way to do that is if you put your phone in my pocket. Don't put your phone in my pocket. If you put your phone in your pocket and my books are downloaded to your phone, then when your supervisors give you a hard time, you can pull the phone out, memorize the table of contents. That's all you really need to memorize, and they're easy to. And then you just go and to the chapter that refutes what the supervisor said. That's the whole point. So when I originally wrote these books during the COVID shutdown, lockdown, whatever you want to call it, it was because I wasn't able to get to you. Gini and I were traveling like 1 1/4 times a week. We were just always in the air, going to your union meetings and conventions and teaching you about OWCP because, as you all know, nobody else is. Nobody. And so when I couldn't do that anymore, I was listening to an audiobook for, myself. I was learning something myself during my downtime. And the guy said, you mean you don't have any books? And I hit pause and started writing. And 28 hours later, which took 3 days because I didn't sleep much, I had book 1. And it was already at the printer and published at the Library of Congress and some other things. The next 2 books came afterwards. This one is the most recent. The other famous person is there. It's her. And there's a nice chapter in this book by Eric Blowers about third-party injuries, which is fantastic. These books have scheduled award chapters that he is a contributing author. He gave me the good information that I've got there to make sure that it was accurate. So go to www.breakingowcp.com. And like I said, you can get these in paperback and I'll ship them to you. Shipping is free, no big deal. But I prefer you to get it on PDF because I'd like you to save them to your phone. We've been getting requests over and over and over to take all 3 books and put them in one downloadable copy. So I'll work on that. But the problem is if I do that, I'm going to turn into this big, perfectionist and want to change the chapters up and put all the schedule award stuff together, the third-party stuff together, the rule stuff together, all the forms together. And to do that, I'm going to have to do a lot of rearranging. So I'm working on it, actually. And I've got a copy of all 3 books together now. I just got to rearrange them. So that's coming. But for now, go to breakingowcp.com and put them in your pocket by downloading them to your phone. So tonight we're going to do Q&A, question and answer, whatever you need right now. We're going to help you. And that's what we're telling everyone when they're asking, well, what do we need you for? Well, the answer is because you have a question that you need answered. So share this. Tell all your friends that we're here doing this. Every one of you knows someone who's having a problem with a work injury. Everybody knows someone. Most of you know multiple people. So take responsibility for helping other people. I wrote the second book, said you're not alone. This one, we're all in it together. I'm trying to get the message out to you that you need to make other people not be alone and let other people know that we're all in this together. So share this. Let people know what's happening. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. Answering your questions. Last week we did compliance because we had a union person in Pennsylvania say that we were, to summarize, destined for prison. Which, whatever, that's so ridiculous. My compliance manual is there. I'm not going to bore you with it again. But we spent all week or all evening on that, in like an hour and 35 minutes, on how that's BS. You don't have to worry about us. I've been doing this since like a week before my 20th birthday. Why am I still free? It turns out I found out a way to do this so that we don't have to repeat all the crap that Teamwork Ready did and Union Treatment Centers and Lenny Perez and all the other jerks that set OWCP back decades. So we're not setting it back. We're bringing it into the present. We've got the books. We've got Wednesday night chats. We've done over 1,000 hours of live video, maybe 1,200, I don't know. And, all the books and the live videos and, our live presentations to you when we come to your union conventions. And if you want us there, we're happy to come. We pay our own way. Nobody pays us to do anything, especially if you come to the doctor. You don't pay for the doctor either. No doctors ask you for money. And if they do, let me know, because that just means that they need to be retrained and they need to make a refund, because we don't allow that. But things happen. But, especially when you get to the size that we are with all the offices we have, occasionally you get a new person who makes a mistake. Let us know. You guys are doing a great job letting us know.
So
I'm gonna take a breath and let her tell you where we're going, where we're gonna be.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys where we're gonna be, and I know you guys probably saw us. Oh well, not us. Saw me post a whole bunch of coming soons. I hope you guys are paying attention. We have about 10 offices coming fall 2020. So these doctors have just signed their contracts in the first phase.
Now they got to do all the training.
Now it takes anywhere from the time we talk to them, the contracts, everything. It takes about 3 months.
Yep.
So fall is when the next set of 10 offices that I listed yesterday will be ready to go. And then we're probably going to wrap it up in October as far as last set of recruiting doctors until January again. So we could train the rest of the doctors from January to December and have them ready to go in January. So tonight we're streaming off of Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. If you know anybody that's been trying to get on Instagram, I apologize. I have to do something because we're now using Chris's laptop and I have to reprogram it and add it back in. So we're going to stick with these today. I've already shared. I don't know, for some reason, how I wanted it to share. I just had to tap, 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 and it did it so great.
And by the way, that's how you share. Just go tap, tap, tap. But when you're tapping, make sure it's that share button.
Yes.
If you tap other buttons, it won't share. It'll do other things like who knows what. So just tap the share button and share it to your friends. When you share it to your news feed, your friends who are your coworkers and do what you do will see it. So help them out.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We got Mamie Rogers. She said, good evening.
Good evening.
Peggy from Georgia. Michelle
What's up,
Piper.
Peggy?
Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
Ron Speakman said, nudge, nudge.
What's up, Ron, my boy?
Linda, hello from Michigan.
We love Michigan. We're coming, Linda.
Lola said, hello. Maria
Hello.
Portal said, Connecticut, checking in.
What's up, Maria?
Maria, you'd be happy. We're actually putting an office in Hartford, Connecticut.
Is that one of the offices?
Mm-hmm. That'll be
Hartford's
ready
coming.
to go fall 2022.
As small as Connecticut is, that must be in your backyard. Okay, I don't know Connecticut. I've only been there once.
Dr. Harper is on tonight.
What?
Hello, Chris and Jeannie. Keep up the great job. Oh, thanks, Doc.
Well, let me just stop right here. So Donovan Harper is our doctor in Bessemer, which is like a suburb of Birmingham. He's also got an office in Montgomery, and he's opening up in Huntsville. So if you're in Alabama, this is like your go-to. And Dr. Harper's been with us longer than all of our other franchisees combined, actually. He's been with us for a very long time. If you look at his website, which is OWCPAlabama.com, you will see that he now has 500 plus accepted claims.
He's close to 6.
I promise you, you don't know anybody else that's got 500 claims accepted. Nobody. Dr. Harper has over 500 claims accepted. That means that he lives in beast mode. He sees a new claim and it's like, okay, I figured out how to get this accepted. So he's crushing it. If you're in Alabama, that's where you go. And I'm not just saying that because he's, you know, one of my guys. He's not just one of my guys. Dr. Harper is my guy. Like, that's my guy. And trust me, he does everything right and he does it good and he's smart.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that he's told me about things in his personal life, like he likes to go hunting. He does hunting like he went to MIT. Okay.
Yeah.
He shows up and half an hour later he's got his deer and he leaves. Now, if that offends you, don't forget I said deer and think I said pillow or something. But he's such a smart dude. He's got the whole medical staff and physical therapy staff, and you know, he's able to get your claims accepted at a prolific rate. So check him out. You can go to our locations tab at federalinjurycenters.com. And I know you're all like, wait, you don't normally say this much stuff about a doctor, but seriously, 500 accepted claims plus. He
was our first franchise doctor, and he was doing this, and
he's just crushing it. So everybody give a love, you know, the heart emoji to Dr. Harper, because nobody has done more to get claims accepted in this entire country than Dr. Harper has. All so right. This is for him.
Yes. So we have a handful of people on YouTube. Don't forget, on YouTube, you guys go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the bell for when we go live. We have somebody on LinkedIn. Hello.
What's up?
And tonight we are doing Q&A. So people have been starting. So here we go. Cynthia Kramer. If a claimant can't perform a pre-injury position at full duty, what are his options? No union TSA job.
Well, if you can't do your pre-injury position at full duty, then once your claim gets accepted, that's number one. Your claim has to get accepted. Then once it's accepted, your agency is obligated to give you a limited duty assignment, with the exception that if you're a rural carrier, they usually won't. I don't know. Maybe that's in your contract. I truthfully haven't read the contract because I don't do that. Okay, that's not true. I read a lot of that contract, but that one I'm not sure why they do it. But if you're a rural carrier, they're not going to give you a limited duty assignment unless you're lucky. But all the other crafts and the other agencies, limited duty assignments are required, and they have to make every effort to give you work so you can clock in. I hope that helps. But your claim has to be accepted first.
Jackie Bush, I will deal with your question with the doctor personally right after this live.
Something tells me I'm not going to like this.
Vincent Sapone. Vincent, I hope you're enjoying Florida now.
What's up, Vincent? Welcome to Florida.
He said, hi, Chris and Gini. I've been seeing Dr. K, Dr. Chris, and Max at your Pinellas and Palm Harbor office. They are all awesome doctors. I'm seeing Dr. Chris again this Friday for my treatment, despite OWCP telling me they won't approve chiropractic visits. Dr. Brasher told me to go. I'm going.
You're right. And what you're finding out is even though OWCP says we're not going to approve that, we do it anyways. And do we get paid? Who cares? That's not your problem. And I don't care. I couldn't care less. If you need it, we do it. And we work on, you know, what the denial is later on. But, you know, you need the help right now. So we don't delay that. And this is a problem. And I know we have a lot of questions, but this is a problem I hear all the time. I get people saying, well, my surgeon won't do surgery and I can't get therapy, and, you know, I'm not getting treatment and I'm getting worse. And all of this is either because your claim's denied or you don't have the right diagnosis. Well, we know how to get claims approved and we know how to do diagnosis expansions. And in the meantime, we don't cut your treatment off and we don't ask you for money. A lot of other doctors say, well, you have health insurance. We'll do it under your health insurance. Absolutely not. So I don't like calling it take a risk because we're so good at getting claims accepted. It's not really that much of a risk. And also we don't care. Okay. What we care about is helping you. Somebody's on here now that's probably new and they're going, oh yeah, that's right. Look, ask around, ask the people that are here. That's the way it goes.
Those of you that are on LinkedIn and YouTube, we are doing Q&A. So you ask, we answer.
Yeah,
so we do this once a month just to get whatever questions that you have. It doesn't matter what the question is, as long as it's about federal work comp.
But next week, I'd like you all to do watch parties. So if I got one person on, I'd like you to have 5 people with you on the same video. Because I'm going to have a nice interview next week with one of our doctors.
Who's an orthopedic surgeon.
Or I might have it with one of my union president friends.
Yeah, we have to let you know.
So I've got a big show planned next week. So big that I haven't planned it yet. But believe me, there's going to be an interview that you're going to want to see. Trust me.
Judy, hello from Wisconsin. Yes, we are getting an office in Hartford, Connecticut. When I'm posting, I'm at least posting at least once a day all the new offices coming, and there's about 5 or 6 meet and greets coming up, and I'll go over that at the end. And then we have 10 offices coming fall 2022.
And the meet and greets, that's when she and I go out and we meet you, we answer your questions. I do a little class while I'm there, and you get to see the office and the doctors. It's kind of a neat thing.
Christina, hello. Good old Fort Wayne, Indiana. Hello.
Hey, Fort Wayne. I love Indiana.
Barbara from North Carolina.
Hey, Barbara.
Misty says, good evening to my 2 favorite people.
Well, hello, Misty.
You are my favorite, too. I had to come by Suma's and drop off your shirt for you and the baby.
Yeah, so next time you're there with Suma, make sure you get that stuff.
Yeah. Petra, hello, Chris and Jeannie.
Hey.
Donna, good evening from Connecticut. Jackie Bush, Austin, Texas. Sandra Fulmore, good evening from Georgia.
Wait, Jackie Bush? From Texas?
Yeah, Austin. Austin, so you know Matthew McConaughey?
Okay, moving on.
Mamie Rogers. Hi, I just wanted to say the FIC coordinator, Phoenix, Alabama, Tiffany is the best. She responds to your calls and emails promptly and helping me to secure an appointment for a schedule award. You need more people like her on your team. She is invaluable asset to your company. Please let her know. Well,
So
there you go.
we actually agree.
Yes,
We talked.
she's awesome.
She works for Dr. Cooper. Dr. Cooper has his office in Phoenix City, Alabama, and Forest Park, Georgia, which is basically the Atlanta airport. You can see the airport or the airplane's landing. It's funny because like we landed and went to his office and looked up and was like, man, you're not kidding. You can actually see the airplane's landing. But she is fantastic. And, you know, the way we train our case managers throughout all the federal injury centers offices is so that they understand your case as good as the doctor has to. And so thank you for the nice feedback. Dr. Cooper and his staff have done a fantastic job of understanding what's going on with these cases so they get them accepted.
We got Joe on YouTube.
Joe found YouTube. What's up, Joe?
Abigail said, Dr. Harper has helped me tremendously.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you said that, and thank you. And tell your friends, because where you live in Alabama, your injury comp folks are mischievous.
Yeah.
And so your folks need some help. So tell your coworkers to go talk to Dr. Harper and his staff. He's got an MD, nurse practitioner, physical therapy. He's got a doctor of physical therapy. And
he's got everything.
He's got a first-class office and first-class staff. So go see him and tell your friends.
We got Susan. Hi, Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Hey, Susan.
Tammy Newman. Hello, Chris and Jeannie.
Well, let's just stop right there. Hello, Tammy. Oh, wait, I'm not done. Hey, Tammy.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Me too.
Say hi to Scott.
Amy J. Hello. Okay. Maria Portal says, I know a rule carrier that is on limited duty. Not sure of all the specifics. I also didn't think that there was a thing for rules. Yeah,
that's actually right. I mean, most rule carriers don't get limited duty. I'm not saying that there's not a bunch that do. What I'm saying is the majority don't. So if you're a rule carrier and you get limited duty, take advantage of it and do the best you can to get back full duty, because in 2 years, they're going to start making decisions on your route, your position, and we don't want that. So I'm trying to get everyone back to work as soon as possible. I'm not a doctor, but I get to write the rules for my company. And one of our rules, and I just updated our policy manual today, is that she's always telling me to stop. We're making sure we get you back to work as soon as humanly possible, because the easiest way to clock in or to get paid is to clock in, and we know it.
Marvin Dan Lee, hello, welcome to Wednesday night OWCP Chats.
Hey, Marvin.
He said, with civil engineering for the Air Force, post-injury restricting me to light duty and no light duty positions available, what are my options? So
here's what happens is that when your claim gets accepted, if they say we have no work for you and they send you home, then you turn to your CA7s and you get paid because your supervisor sent you home. See, we try to send you back. They try to send you home. When they send you home, you're going to get paid. So let's first get your claim accepted. If it's not accepted, you can send us a message by Facebook Messenger or wherever you're at. Send us, Facebook Messenger is the best way on Wednesday night OWCP Chats with Chris and Jeannie. And we can have somebody reach out to you and help you with that. But if your claim's not accepted, you have no benefits whatsoever. So what we need to do is get that accepted, then get you a CA-17 that sends you back to work with the restrictions. If your supervisor says, nope, we got nothing for you, believe me, you're going to get paid.
If you're calling the 877 number, it is coming to my cell phone. I'm back taking calls now. You guys got to leave a message, because not every time I'm going to be able to pick up because I'm on a call with another person or I'm answering messages on Wednesday night chats. Please bear with me because I'm still trying to deal with my pain. And so I'm taking my time. But
also,
I'm still in.
Lots of times she if you're calling from your cell phone, this is fantastic because she'll go, you have a button that says,
yeah, it says, hi, it's
I'm on
Gini
another
with
call or
Federal Injury
something.
Centers. I'm on another call. And I said, here's the link to find all of our locations. And the link is on there. So I try to make it
Because most
easy.
people are trying to find a location.
And again, if I send you that link and you have a question, you are welcome to call any of the locations on there that's closest to you and ask them the question you would ask Chris and I.
Yep. We've trained them to know how to answer those questions. No problem.
Okay. Christina Pentos, with the limited duty question, I was put into a different tour Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. So I lost my shift differential and weekend pay. Shouldn't my pay stay the same? They're ignoring my requests for that pay.
So fill out a CA7 and a CA7A. It's a time analysis form. And, try to account for the shift differential, but also go to your union. This is what I love about unions is that, the areas where I can't help you because I don't work in your agency, they can. So go to your union, ask a rep to help you. And if they say, hey, you can't have your pay differential, then that's how that goes. But, be like me. Don't take no for an answer. I mean, at least try. Make a strong effort. And the best way to make a strong effort is by going to your union because they're strong.
Linda, we have Dr. Fred Williams on. He's going to be coming on. We're going to do his meet and greet on August 13th. And he's going to be able to see patients in the Orlando area as of August 22nd. So those of you that are in Orlando, say hello to Dr. Williams.
Yeah, the first night I ever met him was 2 years ago almost?
Yeah.
It feels like forever. And it was a day. And we were at a chiropractic convention because Jeannie and I were there recruiting doctors like we do. And she knew
I've known
Dr.
him
Williams
for
already.
10 years now.
Yeah, she knew him. And she's like, hey, look, it's Dr. Williams. And so here's what I did. I was like, hey, yeah, Dr. Williams.
He's 10 feet tall.
Yeah, he can dunk without jumping. And so we hit it off right away. What I love is his mother runs the practice.
She's so sweet.
You're not messing with Mama Fred. Okay, no. You're just not. And so that means things work really well at his practice. And anyways, he's right in the heart of Orlando. And in a couple of weeks, he'll be all the way ready to go.
August 22nd, he will be able to see patients. If you look at my post, the phone number's on there. You guys can call and schedule your appointment. We're going to do the meet and greet on August 13th, but I'll go over that at the end.
Yep.
Linda Cogswell said, roll carrier, 3 years on limited duty, phantom route for a year, permanent 10-pound weight restriction, 2 shoulder surgeries. I'm totally broken, but thanks to Chris and Jeannie, I'm doing well. Aww.
I really appreciate that. And look, I wish I could do something about all the brokenness, but I'm really thankful that you've been able to get your claim accepted and get some help.
Maria, yes, Hartford, you said it's 20 minutes away from you. There you go. You'll be good to go.
It is in your backyard. I was just making that up.
Oh, she said she grew up in Hartford.
There you go.
Margaret said travel 250 miles round trip to see a doctor. The doctor told me I can only file 100 on my CA 957. It was approved for the month. Last month came back and they said to file 198 because the other patients were getting 100 plus miles approved.
So good for you. And it's for everyone else that's watching, I'm only correcting because it's an educational channel. It's an OWCP 957. And so that's a reimbursement of travel expenses. And so if you're driving 100 miles round trip, they'll reimburse you. If you go 101 plus, they won't. So you need to get pre-authorization. Call your claims examiner, explain the situation, make sure they're going to pay you.
Right there from 19.
So anytime the question is, if they deny my travel that's over 100 miles, what do? You got to call your claims examiner and find out what's going on. And if they don't answer, write a letter to your claims examiner and e-comp it. That, I'm driving from here to here. That's my doctor. That's the only doctor I can find that knows OWCP. And I need to get reimbursed. How do I get reimbursed? And if you e-comp it, they're required to review the documentation.
Melissa Luttrell. if you go on federalinjurycenters.com, there's a tab for schedule award doctors. Go ahead and click it. You can go anywhere in the United States for a schedule award doctor, as well as going out of state for your OWCP if there's no other OWCP doctor. So go on our website, click schedule award, and whatever is listed there, that's all we have for right now.
Well, okay, she's correct, except that Dr. Woywood in San Antonio just got certified.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't added him yet because that just happened. But in San Antonio, Dr. Woywood can also do it. So everybody on the list plus Dr. Woywood.
Oh, Misty. Julie, evening, Chris and Jeannie. Hello.
Hi, Julie.
I also need to find another doctor because mine is retired. So I don't know where you're located, Melissa. You can go to the Massachusetts office. Like I said, the Hartford office won't come till fall.
Yeah. And when you need to switch because your doctor retired, you need to write a change of treating doctor letter to your claims examiner. And just write in there, my reason is my doctor retired and I want to switch to this doctor. You just tell them which doctor you want to switch to.
Anita Ramirez. Okay, so your site says no money up front, no out of pocket. You don't get money at all. What we're saying is you guys don't pay a dime to anything.
Right. So look, let's imagine that you have Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance and you go to the doctor and the doctor says, I'm going to bill Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance and Blue Cross pays. Or let's say that you're 65 plus, you have Medicare or whatever the age is. So I'm not there yet. And, the doctor or the Medicare pays the doctor's bills. Well, here, when you go to a Federal Injury Center's office, the United States Department of Labor pays all federal workers' comp bills. You don't pay them. They do. And the only way any Federal Injury Center's office, or scratch that, the only way any doctor gets paid from DOL is if they get your claim accepted. If your claim is denied, nobody gets paid and you don't get benefits. So our offices are, this doesn't sound great. I'm just saying, like, we're incentivized to do a great job, as we should be, right? And we are penalized for doing a bad job, as we should be. So that's how we get paid. We get paid when your claim gets accepted, and then our doctors do what doctors do, and they do documentation and billing the way doctors do that, and Department of Labor pays those bills like Medicare does.
Scott Sear, hello.
Scott, what's up? So let me, hold on. What's up, Scott? Say hi to your mom, Tammy.
I'm like, wait, you just said hi to Tammy. Tanya said rural carriers do not have limited duty, but like always, USPS makes things up. Well, okay.
And I got one of these. What's up, Tanya? Say hi to Nino. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm practicing Charles.
Yeah. Our son's best friend Charles does this
He
TikTok.
gets on TikTok and he's like this.
That's all he does, and he has like 500,000 followers.
I'm like, dude, you had 100,000 views of a TikTok video in 24 hours, and you were driving your car doing this.
So I told Chris we're going to start doing these things, and he's going to have to do some of them.
So I'm doing my Charles TikTok invitation.
If you haven't seen mine, you can go over to my personal page. I did one where I'm standing there, and it does the waves.
So what's up, Tanya?
Kenya Wilkinson said, hi, I need information on filing a claim, please. Go ahead and message me, and I will go ahead and help you there.
Yeah, so that's what we do. And somebody a minute ago said, you don't get paid. This is what we're talking about. Message us. We'll call you. We help. We don't ask for anything. And you don't have to go to any of our offices. You can be anywhere where there's no Federal Injury Centers, and we'll still help you. Or you can be going to a doctor across the street from Federal Injury Centers, and we'll still help you. I know a lot of you are going, nah, there's no way. Try it. See what happens. We will be happy to help you.
Yeah, just today we know that somebody was going to charge another patient something very pricey just for doing something that we do, and
we don't do that.
We don't do that.
Happy to help.
HM Rosa said, supervisor says NWA, I'm still not getting paid.
So I grew up in the 90s. I know what NWA
I was going to say, isn't that those guys? Missy said, roll carrier. I have been on periodic roll for over a year, not offered light duty, and now being told I will be referred to a vocational rehab service to return to work with an alternate employer.
So that's very common.
I have 5 herniated discs, 2 bulging, and spinal stenosis. Am I being terminated already?
Being a federal employee does not pay physically. That just stops me down. All those herniated discs. We were in our garage today doing a few hours of stuff where I could just sit down and I wasn't on the clock, and I have a herniated disc, but I only have one. and I got these bad knees, but I only have 2 knees, whatever. You got to go through all this crap. Look, they can remove you. They can do it, but participate with your union. Communicate with them and get help. But yeah, the occupational thing, that's a thing that's in the rules, and they can do it. They can do it. But what they have to do, and I think this is right, that they have to pay you the difference in like the new pay and the old pay. So check me on that, and maybe somebody's on here that can say, hey, yeah, Chris, that's right, or no, that's not right. Whoever says that, I'll say that's probably true.
Erica Galindo, you asked, where do we send our questions? If you don't mind sharing what's going on with you, you're welcome to put it on here on a comment.
Type it just like you typed that question.
Yeah, or you can go ahead and private message us after the chats is
on
over.
Facebook Messenger.
HM Rosa said, I filled out an intake form last week. Hope to be seen by your doctor in your Salt Lake office. Well, we hope we can take care of you when we get there.
Yeah, so that's Dr. Wood, and I just talked to him yesterday. Things are going well for him. He's progressing in the training. His staff is getting trained. Excuse me. He's hiring some new staff because we have a certain staffing level that's required so that you get one-on-one treatment so that the medical staff can do the work they need to do. So Dr. Wood, he says like in a week he's going to have everybody. And I believe him because why would he say that if it wasn't real? Anyways, when he's done, we'll be there and we look forward to meeting him.
Melissa, I wish I knew this before I retired. I was sent home by my doctor and didn't get paid for 2 years for my work injury that flared up again.
Yeah, listen, don't let your doctor just send you home. That's not going to work. They've got to be able to prove your claim and get it accepted. Then they got to be able to prove why you need to be off of work. They can't just say, oh, you're off of work. That's it. You will not get paid. Your doctor's got to be able to write fantastic reports, like the best reports ever, so you get paid. Yeah. Don't allow that. I had somebody today that they could work full duty, but they got sent back to work by one of my doctors. And we made a mistake. That mistake will only happen once. I guarantee it.
I'm answering this question for Marvin, and then I'm going to extend the answer for everybody. He asked, do you guys have spinal specialists? So here's how it goes, because a lot of you are calling me asking for a specialist. We, as a franchise, don't have specialists. However, the doctor you choose to go to will refer you out to the specialists they know and work with.
Right.
So if you need a specialist, don't go to the specialist first. Remember that. Go to a DOL doctor first, and then they'll refer you out. Even when the ER says, follow up with your ortho, the ortho's not going to know what to do until you go to one of our doctors.
Now,
or whatever DOL doctor.
The exception to that is if what you've got is like an emergency, and you need surgery right now.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to use your health insurance. But just strictly speaking about OWCP, surgeons don't want these cases until the case is accepted.
Yeah.
If you go to a surgeon with an OWCP claim that's not accepted, they're going to go like this and ask you for health insurance and copays and deductibles. So you can do that. Believe me, that's okay. There's no rule that says you can't. What we're saying is if it's not an emergency, you go straight through it to an orthopedic surgeon, they're going to take your health insurance. They're not going to get your claim accepted. You'll get treated. It'll cost you money, but your claim still won't be accepted, which means you won't be able to be paid for time off of work. You won't be eligible for a scheduled award and so many other things. So, you can't be paid for time off. You got to get that claim accepted. That's why we say go to an OWCP doctor, which is what we are, and then get referred out to the surgeon when it's time.
Okay, my phone just decided to skip. So I'm at the question with Mr. Kevin White. So if you had a question prior to that, please repost it. I'm toggling over on pages that asks the questions, and I'm going to get this all fixed soon. Kevin White said, I had a question about travel over 100 miles, but you guys already answered it. Okay, great.
All right, good.
Samira Marie, what is the first step of getting a schedule award? I had surgery in 2009 for a torn labrum in my shoulder. I have been back to work for years without restrictions. Do I need to go back to my treating doctor to get something that says I've reached MMI?
So the question is, what's the first step in getting a schedule award? The first step is get your claim accepted. Once it's accepted, the next step is have an injury that is rateable on the schedule award. Most spine conditions are not. So you got to know what your accepted condition is. Thirdly, your doctor's got to place you medically at what's called maximum medical improvement, MMI. And then once you're at MMI, number 4 is the doctor's got to do a 6th edition impairment rating. And number 5, you turn that impairment rating in with your CA7, checking letter D, schedule award to your claims examiner.
Oh, Christina, you said, I found your TikTok. Love it. Okay, I'm going to add you back on TikTok. You add me, I add you, people. And also for Samara Marie, you don't need to go to an attorney first at all for a schedule award.
No, the attorney's going to need a doctor.
Yeah. Like if you were to call Eric, the first thing he's going to be like, where are you located? Okay, go to Federal Injury Centers. Or he messages me and Chris and said, is this doctor ready to go?
Right.
Pretty soon, I'm hoping by the end of the year, all of our doctors will be ready to go for schedule award. Joe, I hope you heard that. Nana Diaz said, my doctor never submitted the paperwork. I spoke to Dr. Hill's nurse. She asked me who was going to pay for the MRI.
Okay, let me see it. Never submitted the paperwork. I spoke to Dr. Hill's nurse. She's asked me who was going to. Okay, so I think the question is, who's going to pay for the MRI? Okay, if the MRI place will not accept OWCP, you'll have to use your health insurance, which we hate. And in the Tampa Bay area, we've got a group of imaging centers that won't do that to you. But you'll have to use your health insurance to get an MRI if they won't accept OWCP, which is nonsense. But many of them don't because they don't understand it. Just like doctors don't understand it, which is why 100 doctors say no for every one of ours that say yes to helping you. So it happens. It may be that you have to use your health insurance. I hate it, but you might have to.
Tanya said, you're so handsome. Forget about Matthew McConaughey. Oh, Tanya, you're going to get in so much trouble. I'm blocking you, Tanya.
Oh, no, we're not. No. Get multiple pages and follow me on all those.
No, don't do that. Oh, Vincent Sapone said, I have another question, please. Of course.
Yeah, hit it.
My weekly pay rate was decreased. Is that because I just turned 65 July 1st? Did OWCP do this or USPS? Thank you.
So you ought to be at the same pay rate you were before. Like your age doesn't matter. Age definitely does not matter. Your pay rate, she's not laughing at you.
No,
I'm sure
sorry.
she read something else. Yeah. Your pay rate should be whatever it was like pre-injury or the last time you were at work full-time for 60 days. That's what it should be. If it's decreased, go talk to your supervisor, see what they're turning in on the second page of the CA7. Ask your claims examiner. And if you don't get any help, ask your union rep because they should be able to help you.
Yeah. Dr. Cooper's on. He said, I'm here and I'm DWA, Doctors with Attitude with OWCP.
Oh, my God. So he got the NWA reference earlier. Look, everyone already, hopefully you heard me say it, but I already talked about Dr. Cooper earlier. Look, if you're in the Atlanta area or in Phoenix City, Alabama, which is basically Columbus, Georgia, if you're not going to Dr. Cooper, you're making a mistake. That's it. I mean, you're making a mistake that can cost you a lot of money. It can cost you a lot of time, and it can cost you your job. You've got to go to a doctor who knows what they're doing. Like I was talking about Dr. Harper earlier in Alabama. If you don't go there, that's a huge mistake. If you don't go to Dr. Cooper in Georgia, you're making a huge mistake. Don't do that to yourself. Go to my website, federalinjurycenters.com, check the locations tab, find their office, make a phone call directly to them and let them help you. The case manager at Dr. Cooper's office is, a badass. Trust me, things are going to work out good for you, but don't suffer through denied claims. Just don't do that to yourself.
Hey, Dr. Cooper, if you're still on here, somebody really spoke highly about Tiffany. So just letting you know, the comment is on there.
Right.
Marvin said, thank you guys. More information here than I've gotten from my agency, union, and DOL.
Marvin, this is where you come for information and tell all your friends. And all of you, tell all your friends. This is where you come.
Yeah, everybody in your Air Force base.
Yeah.
Thingy.
I know how these military bases, like 1 out of 28 people in military bases have accepted claims. And I went on one of them where they were building tanks and stuff on tanks, they're heavy.
Why is this good?
So it's fine. So
Okay.
you get hurt doing this work. Imagine you're like building, battleships.
Yeah.
Probably some of that stuff is heavy. There's a chance you can get hurt. Obviously, it's tongue in cheek. You're getting hurt at a prolific rate. And only 1 out of 28 people that work for DOD have an accepted claim. That's unacceptable. But if you're in an area where there's a federal injury centers, you got to go.
If you're in the Eglin Air Force Base, Mr. Wallace, Thaddeus Wallace is there. I'm going to have to reach out to him.
Yeah, ask him about us. He's a friend of ours.
Jerry Gatewood.
Jerry, hold on a minute. Don't even read it. What's up, Jerry?
Okay, she said late logging in, but wanted to ask everyone, and we were going to do this at the end. Our Virginia and Maryland FIC guy, Tim Vanderman, his baby is in the hospital. We are all thinking about you, Tim, and praying for your baby's recovery.
No doubt.
Kim Chapman said, so spinal isn't considered for an award, but what if you have impingement to the limbs? I'm being helped Federal Injury Centers in Charlotte.
Yeah, fantastic question. If you have a spinal condition, that's not covered, but if it causes problems in your limbs, those are covered. But you usually, and Dr. Cooper can answer this a lot more expertly than me, because he's a 6th edition trained doctor. You have to probably get a diagnosis expansion to have those conditions accepted on your claim. But that's not a big deal. I mean, our doctors know how to do that. But those are covered conditions once you get them approved by diagnosis expansion.
Nana, if your doctor didn't submit anything to DOL, then you need to have him write a narrative. That's the whole thing. Nothing's going to happen until the doctor writes a narrative.
That's right.
Kenny Hodge is on. What's going on? Power team.
Kenny Hodge, what's up? Kenny, we got to talk. You're one of my next interviews. Everyone needs to see the power of Kenny Hodge.
He goes, I got a question. How come you guys are so good?
All right, so look, Kenny is in Ohio. He's a
running for president.
He's a mail handler president. He's running for a multi-state position because where he's at, it covers multi-states.
Yeah. So
Kenny has a unique background that almost nobody else has in the federal world. Trust me. And he has a podcast. It's called Hodge to Hodge on Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah. Sometimes Chris is on. Sometimes Kenny's on. Sometimes Tom is on, our other partner.
So Kenny is one of the very few, and not that there's not other people that come here, like Rich and Tish and some of our other friends. He's one of the few union presidents that is an expert in OWCP. And so he and I talk a lot. I'm a big fan of his, as I'm sure he is of me, but I'm a bigger fan of you, Kenny. Way bigger.
Marvin, I'm going to answer this question as honest as I know. When we vet and train the doctors, we're going to say all of our doctors are good unless someone goes to the office and has an issue, which you are welcome to message me and we handle it right then and there. Like I stop everything and I'm on with the doctor saying what's going on. A lot of the doctors know that.
Yeah, and go ahead. Sorry.
And so Pensacola, Tallahassee, and Melbourne in that top area is the same owner of those three. So he's really good. Dr. Dorfman and his MD and his nurse practitioners, they're all really good.
And by the way, Dr. Dorfman cares a hell of a lot about you and about doing a good job. I was on the phone with him yesterday because we had a problem. I mean, it happens. Look, it happens when you have 5 offices. I mean, we have 50, but he has 5. And you have a lot of staff and you're spread out. And you get new people make mistakes. That's not an apology because I get furious when things go wrong for you. But so does he, believe me. And as soon as I tell him there's a problem, he stops everything he's doing and he fixes it himself. Yeah. So if you're having a problem, believe me, it'll get fixed if it's not already.
Yeah. Tanya said, don't block me. I love you. Watch your Matthew McConaughey stuff.
Never going to block you ever.
We have Dr. Kevin Carich on here from South Bend, Indiana.
Go Irish.
Dr. Carich, if you would please be so kind and put your phone number and address so patients can reach out to you.
So Dr. Carich is in South Bend, Indiana, which is my favorite city on the face of the earth because I'm a big Notre Dame fan. And right above this sign right here is a ball that was signed by several Notre Dame football players. It was signed by Jerome Bettis, which is awesome. I mean, I'll just stop there. And it's got a lot of other signatures on it because I'm a big Notre Dame fan. Big. And you all should be too. And if you're not, it's okay. Reconsider. It's not too late.
Rodney McCoy said, I'm in an office where the doctor here I don't know if you said want or won't fill out the paperwork to get your claim approved. So what can she do? He is supposed to do a narrative for her.
If the doctor will not do what the doctor is supposed to do, that doctor is a coward. And I would switch doctors tonight. Period. That's it. Because if you don't have good doctor reports, you'll never get a claim accepted, ever. It's hard. You got to have medical. You can have an injury, but the denial will be like, there's no proof there's an injury. What? I mean, that's how it goes. So you got to do it.
Yeah, Georgiana, we're not saying that Kenny Hodge has a clinic like a federal injury.
No,
center.
Kenny Hodge is a union president.
You said if Kenny covers Michigan, can I reach out to him? So if you're looking for a union president, I'm sure he'll be.
Kenny, just respond to that.
Yeah.
Just respond, and Kenny's a cool dude. Respond to her. What's her name?
Georgiana Davis.
Okay, can you respond to her? And I'm sure if this is an area you cover, you'll help.
Miss Edwards says, if I was able to work for almost a year after I was injured, before I had to be out of work, would my pay be from the date of injury or the date I had to pull out of work, which was a year later?
So your pay is a date that you stopped working full time. Now, if you ever go back to work, and I think Eric Blauer said it's like 60 days. If you're back to work 60 days full time, then whatever your new pay rate during that 60 days is your new pay rate moving forward. But otherwise, it's your pre-injury pay.
Darlene said, I was being paid TTD from my doctor, and then DOL sent me to their second opinion doctor, and he said I could work. DOL stopped paying me. What do I do now? Not getting paid since October 2021.
So I'm going to have to do a chat session about second opinion doctors. So by and large, here's what they do. Not in Tucson, by the way, but here's what they do other places. They talk to you for 5 minutes or not, but they're in the room with you maybe for 4. They don't look at you, touch you, ask you very many questions, or even review many documents. And they go, yeah, you can go back to work, because they're paid to say you can go back to work. So when that happens, you got to go back to your treating doctor and say, hey, this is what happened. Write a narrative rebutting what that doctor said. Explain why I can't work. And again, this is from a guy who wants you to work, who teaches his doctors that if you can clock in, let them go clock in. Let them work at whatever level and capacity they can. But if you can't work full duty, whatever, if you can't work at full duty, and the second opinion doctor says you can, but you know you can't, and your doctor knows you can't, then your doctor's got to write a narrative explaining why that doctor is totally wrong. And by the way, in that, when we do this, when we do the session, the chat session on second opinion doctors, I'm going to tell you then, and I'll tell you now, document what happens. Bring somebody with you. You're allowed to bring someone with you as long as they don't disrupt the visit. If they disrupt the visit, then they'll be sent out and you'll get rescheduled, which is bad for you. But everybody take notes on what's happening. Take really good comprehensive notes on what's happening. If you can record it. Many doctors won't let you, and that's how it goes. But take really good detailed notes on what happened in that visit with the doctor, because if they spent 4 minutes with you, didn't look up, didn't touch you, didn't read your notes, you should say something about that, because what the heck kind of evaluation is that?
Erica Galindo said, what if I get a flare-up on my injury and my OWCP doctor can't see me on an emergency or right away? Can I go to the urgent care or ER for treatment?
Of course.
And get the bill taken care of by DOL?
Okay, absolutely you can. You can go to an urgent care or an ER and you can get treatment. Will the bill be taken care of by DOL? Maybe, but that's up to you, because if your claim's approved and it's open and all that stuff, you're fine. But that doesn't mean that the urgent care or ER knows how to bill it. That's your problem. You may end up paying out of your pocket and have to get reimbursed with an OWCP 915. If you can hold off and go to an OWCP doctor, those aren't problems for you. But I always say, look, if you need urgent care, then go to the urgent care. Don't wait because of money. Most of the time they'll bill you later. You have an opportunity to figure out how you're going to get paid. But anyways, that was a long way to say, yes, all that is true. You can do that.
So I know you guys are probably asking questions on breaking OWCP and the Federal Injury Center site. So if I get out of the Wednesday night chats, I won't see it, but I will come back and answer the questions after. So this is what happens. I'm trying to get it across every platform for social media that we have. And I have a laptop. I have Chris's phone on LinkedIn, and mine, I'm reading the questions. So I need like 2 more screens.
Right. And look, keep in mind, nobody else is doing this or ever has. So we're doing all we can. Like, we've got all these devices trying to answer questions because nobody else knows how to answer your questions, but me. And so just be patient, because here's what will happen. When we're finished with the live, we'll go back to the comments and find your comment and answer it right there. So you will get an answer.
Doug Wood said, good evening. Now I have USPS nurse calling me saying that she is going to suggest different treatments to the doctor. I had a total knee replacement. Last time I checked, a doctor overrides a nurse. True. Am I obligated to talk or discuss anything with the nurse?
Okay, so you're not. That's funny. You're not obligated to discuss anything. In fact, and I'm not suggesting you should do this, but this is a rule, so I'm teaching stuff. You can actually write a letter to your claims examiner saying, please remove that nurse case manager from my claim. It doesn't mean another one won't get put there, but you can absolutely have that person removed. So what does that mean? It means also you don't have to deal with them. Now, your doctor does. If the nurse case manager asks the doctor questions, the doctor has to answer. That's the way it goes. But you're right. I'm pretty sure medical doctor trumps nurse. Yeah,
All the
that's
time,
yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Yeah, I watched ER when I was a kid. And what's that other one, New Amsterdam? And the doctors are always in charge. It's funny
Dr.
the way that
House.
works. Dr. House is always in charge too.
Yeah.
Not the nurse case managers. They're not in charge.
Nana Diaz, Dr. Fred Williams will be ready to see patients in Orlando August 22nd. So just be a little bit, not August 22nd. Yeah. I'll go over it all in a minute.
Yeah, she's about to, in like 3 or 4 more minutes, she's going to start going over all of our travel.
Martha said, I had a knee replacement and that he can do anything no more. What should I do? Must be the surgeon. Martha.
Yeah, so if your surgeon, whoever did the knee replacement, said that's it, find another doctor.
Melissa Campbell said, I'm a rural carrier. I'm just past my 2-year anniversary of my injury. I received a letter from the postmaster saying I need medical certification within 30 days that I cannot carry the route. Is there any specific form for the medical certificate?
It's you can stop. It's a CA-17. You got to get a new CA-17 from your doctor saying, hey, this is the current situation. And then have your doctor also write a letter that we call a disability narrative. And that explains why you're off of work or why you have a work restriction. Medically, why is your work restricted? Or medically, why are you still off of work? Those are the things you have to do. It doesn't mean your agency won't take action against you and try to remove you from the route. But that's why you have a union. So I know you're a rural carrier, but still find a union rep who's strong that can help you. And there are some rural carrier union reps that are very powerful. We know a lot of them.
We have the case manager for Dr. Dr. Williams' Orlando office. You guys could go ahead and call, but remember, they won't be able to see you now. Wait until I tell you when they'll be able to see you.
Yeah, they're going to have to schedule you for a few weeks out, so just be patient. And again, I'm the least patient person in the world. So when I say be patient, that's funny. You don't have to, but I don't allow our doctors to see patients until they are 100% trained and ready to go. And that's in your best interest because you can go anywhere, and find an untrained doctor. They're all over the place.
Okay.
They're just not our doctors.
Because I am in so much pain, I'm just gonna go over the rest of what's going on, where we're gonna be, and then we're gonna shut it down for tonight. We'll be back again, obviously, next week. So again, those of you that need to get scheduled for Dr. Fred Williams' office, Lydia, is it Lydia? Right?
Yeah.
Lydia is on. You can message her and she'll get you scheduled for your appointment.
Hey, Lydia, go ahead and put your phone number for your office because Nina Diaz is asking for it. So just go ahead and respond to Nina and get your phone number out there.
All right. So I told you guys we have our travel schedule begins. So here's where we're going to be. And then what office is coming. And then we're going to wrap it up. T-shirts. I know a lot of you are asking about T-shirts. Just because Chris got the shop back up for the books. Just give us about another 2 weeks and we're going to figure out what we're going to do with T-shirts. I have some ideas, but we'll let you know. So we're going to be in Charlotte next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for a meet and greet at Dr. Cox's office from 5:30 to 7:30. If after the live is done, scroll on the Wednesday night chats. The RSVP is there. All these offices, you're going to have to RSVP because they cater drinks and food.
And then we're going to the FBI party.
And then we're going to the FBI party that Chris and I got invited to in North Carolina. So we're excited to go.
You got to ask your union people, why would somebody in so much hot water get invited to FBI parties?
Yeah, there's going to be like 50 of them there.
Why would that happen?
We got Federal Injury Centers of Cottonwood Heights, Utah. Meet and greet is August 25th. And then he will start seeing patients like the 28th or something. Whenever we do a meet and greet, we do it on a Thursday. And the following Monday is when the doctor is ready to go. So you guys can give them a call. All the phone numbers are listed and they'll put you on the list. All right, next one, we're going to be doing a meet and greet and a mini OWCP training in Federal Injury Centers of Gilbert, Arizona. So get ready. We are going to be there September 15th. Federal Injury Centers of Miami with Dr. Giuliani. The meet and greet and OWCP training is going to be September 22nd from 6 to 8.
Go check her out on Instagram. She's has
funny.
Some really fun social media stuff. Dr. Krishma Giuliani. It's Giuliani. It's not spelled Giu. It's a long story. It's Giuliani. Guliani.
Hi, Tanya. I'm on YouTube.
Hey, real quick. So just so you know, Jackie Bush says she's praying for you to feel better.
Thank you.
And thank you for another good job on very helpful information. Love y'all.
Oh,
she meant great job. She said good. She meant great.
Oh, gosh.
Thank you, Jackie.
We got Federal Injury Centers of Royceford, Pennsylvania, meet and greet and a mini OWCP training on September 29th.
That's like 30 minutes northeast of Philly. So yeah, come see us there. That's a great place. Everyone there thinks we're going to jail.
So we do the meet and greet, and then Chris, what he normally does is a 30-minute OWCP mini training and answers any of your questions in the office. We have the doctors right there. We'll talk to you one-on-one with you and the doctor, so the doctor gets you ready.
Yep.
And then the next meet and greet is Federal Injury Centers of Orlando.
Wait, are we done yet?
Yeah. Hold on.
That's a lot of meet and greets.
Yeah. Federal Injury Centers of Orlando. That's October 13th is the meet and greet. And then
I think there's a party at Mango's afterwards.
Yeah, with
there
Victor.
Should be.
Where's Victor and Dr. Dorfman?
Victor and Dorfman.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys know, but Federal Injury Centers of Gulfport, Mississippi is up and ready to go.
Gulfport, Mississippi, folks. Jackie Bush said, I did mean great.
All right, we're going to end it here.
We're going to miss you until next week.
These are the new locations that are coming fall 2022.
All right, listen up.
Please don't hold us to it, but this is what I spoke to Joe about. Some could fall off and some could continue to go.
So if they don't get trained in time, they won't be up. If they drag their feet so long that I get sick of them, I'll kick them out. I require them to be fully trained, expert level, so that when you go to them, you're getting like me. That's what I want from everyone. So the offices that are potentially coming.
Yeah. So here are all the new locations coming this fall. Federal Injury Centers of Miami, number 2.
That's way south Miami, like super, super south.
Federal Injury Centers of Homestead, Florida.
Even more south than that.
That's going to help the people that are in the Keys.
That's right.
Federal Injury Centers of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City.
Federal Injury Centers of Hartford, Connecticut.
Yep.
Federal Injury Centers of Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Oh, man, what a beautiful place.
Federal Injury Centers of Edison, New Jersey.
And we need New Jersey. It's a big deal.
Federal Injury Centers of Jacksonville, Florida. I think they're going to have 3 offices.
Dr. McLaren, like the sports car that looks like a Lamborghini. 3 offices in Jacksonville. And they're beautiful offices.
Federal Injury Centers of San Diego, California. This is Dr. Hawkins' second office. Those of you that see her in Redondo Beach, she's going to be coming to San Diego.
So everyone give a bunch of love emojis to Dr. Hawkins because she's expanding to a second location. She's got a ton of people driving from San Diego up 2 hours to Redondo Beach or whatever it is, 3. And so because she has so many people driving north from San Diego, she's opening an office in San Diego. So she cares about you, doesn't want you making that drive. She's going down there. So everyone, this is for Dr. Hawkins. She says, no more driving 3 hours to see me.
Linda, that is in California.
Yeah, California has Redondo Beach, San Diego coming, and Thousand Oaks, and we're talking to somebody in San Francisco right now too.
And so we have Federal Injury Centers San Diego, Federal Injury Centers of Tustin, California. It's close to San Francisco.
It's like 30 miles east.
Federal Injury Centers of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yep, Minnesota.
That's how they say it. And then Federal Injury Centers of Des Moines, Iowa.
And I have wanted an Iowa office for the longest time. I don't know where the Field of Dreams is, but I will. I'll be there. So
those are all, and I've already posted several times all of our meet and greets. I think I did it today or yesterday. And I also do it on my page, and I tag all the doctors that are going to be having meet and greets. So Joey said, please post the dates for open houses. They're already posted. I will post them every day, at least one time a day, just so I capture everybody. Yeah, California. I know California. We need like 50 doctors. It's so
it'll feel like we've never filled it up, and we have no intention. We're going to keep working until we've got it full. Like in Florida, we have a doctor like every 30 minutes in Florida. That's how we want it in California, and that's how we want it in Texas and New York. So we understand.
And I know you guys are asking about other states. I know Michigan. I know Wisconsin. We know everywhere.
Believe me, we want multiple offices in every state, and it's a hard job. Understand this. Nobody else is trying to do this for you. Nobody else cares. What you'll get is like one office, and that one office wants to help you in that one location. Great. If you find them, freaking go to that doctor. Never leave that doctor, even to come to us if it's a good doctor. But, we're expanding nationwide because we know you don't have doctors in most states like Iowa. And so when Des Moines comes, guess what's going to happen? You'll have somebody in Iowa now.
Yeah.
And that's the way we work. Minnesota, that's the way we work. Tanya, I know Las Vegas, we're trying, but those Vegas doctors, it's like, leave the slot machine for 5 minutes and say yes to federal injury centers.
Okay. If you're looking for a schedule award doctor, please go to www.federalinjurycenters.com.
Put a dot right there after that third W.
www.
Not 4 W's, just 3 of them.
federalinjurycenters.com. Click on schedule award. If you're asking me if this doctor does it or that doctor does it, it's listed on there. So if it's not listed, if there's a state on there that's not listed, they don't do it yet.
Not there yet, but I assure you the Oklahoma City doctor is going to do it because he's a killer. Like, I hope I can keep up with him, which is awesome. Most of them can't keep up with me. Dr. Cooper can, Dr. Harper can, Suma and Kay can, but very many of them can't. But this guy in Oklahoma City, who's a friend of Dr. Cooper, by the way, which is fun.
Question.
This one?
Yeah, Julie.
Julie said I filed a CA2 approximately 2 months ago. Okay. I just got approved. Oh.
Yes. Good.
Is it up to my doctor whether I go back to work? Okay. So your return to work should be you and your doctor communicating, saying, here's what I can do, and your doctor confirming that, and then putting that on the CA17. We got to be able to have scientific evidence to say, yeah, you can lift, 50 pounds or 35 or 70 or whatever, and you can walk this many miles, and you can sit and stand this many hours. That's what a CA17 does. So what you have to do is communicate with your doctor, get that CA17 filled out really good, and get that to your supervisor so you can go back to work.
Okay. So that you guys know all the locations I listed, I just have it in the comments now, so you can go in there. And the doctors that have phone numbers next to them, they'll tell you they're not seeing you guys yet because we have to go to the meet and greet.
Well, and they have to finish getting trained. So
yeah.
If somebody says we can't see you yet, trust me, that's a good thing for you. Just be patient, more patient than I would be, because I wouldn't be at all. But they got to be trained. Otherwise, you could just go to your family doctor who won't know anything, and it'd be like that.
The only one that can't see patients, as of this time, is Federal Injury Centers of Cottonwood Heights, Utah, outside of Salt Lake, and Federal Injury Centers of Orlando.
But they're coming fast and furious.
You can, like I said, scroll down our page.
Fast and furious.
Scroll down our page and look at our posts. I'll be posting it again tomorrow, so you guys can get to see the dates and when we're going to be there. So next Thursday, we will be in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Come see us.
We're
going to see Eric while we're there.
We're going to see Eric, and we are both his dates for an FBI party.
On Mark's date.
Oh, never mind. He's Mark's date. I guess I'm Eric's date. So
I don't care. He's an FBI agent. I'll be his date.
So
shoot.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight for Q&A. Don't forget to tell all your coworkers and your friends about this page.
And your friends who are your coworkers. And I hope you have at least one.
And for anybody else that's not a federal employee, don't forget your mailman. Everybody knows their mailman. Tell your mailman to tune in.
And your mail lady. Give them some love. Give them some love. That's hard work. We're in a 100-degree garage all day long. Imagine that 100-degree LOV. Give them some love.
I can't understand how you guys do it. That's a hard job.
Yeah, so this is for you.
Yes.
And for all the rest of you, thank you so much. And thank you for being here. Tell your friends we'll be here next week with a freaking great interview. I cannot wait. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't even know who it's going to be. Who's it going to be?
I'm not
You don't
telling
know.
anybody.
She doesn't know either because
I
I don't
have
know.
two people. We might do 2 15-minute sessions. And
I don't think so. I think it's going to be a full hour because who I'm going to get, who I don't know yet if I'm going to get, whoever that is going to be awesome. Like probably I don't even have to talk next week.
Yeah, we will have our orthopedic surgeon from Massachusetts on next week.
No, not next week.
Not next week?
No.
Oh.
That's not next week. That's awesome too.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like she's not listening to me.
And you grab your books. And if you guys are looking for the PDF or hardcover, please go to breakingowcp.com. How much are they?
Well, varying prices. They're all cheap. So just like super cheap. The PDFs are like $5. So go to breakingowcp.com and download it to your phone. If you download it to your computer, email it to yourself, and then put it on your phone. You've got to get the books on your phone because that way you can put the books in your pocket. Since the beginning of time, nobody has ever told you to put a book in your pocket. Mm-hmm. I'm the first one because we don't put our phones there. So put your book in your pocket.
All right, guys. Hey, Kim, how are you doing?
What's up, Kim?
We will see you guys next week. Thanks for dealing with Chris the last 2 weeks alone. As I get better, I'll be a little bit more.
It was definitely boring because there were less people watching.
Sarcastic and funny. That'll be my job. Oh, we got Federal Injury Centers of Pennsylvania on here. Hello, guys. So with that said, we will see you guys next week. Everyone have a great night.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.